What is up? We're here. We're live. We're happening. How y'all doing today, folks? This is Sil. This is Dave with Sil. We're here. We're live, and we've got twins. Kay is here on board with us tonight. Long absence for both of us. I mean, like, well, okay, I was back last couple weeks, or last week with 3 shows, but before that, it had been a long damn time. And I promised the adoring public, because I talked about this, and I had news that I had to relate to, and Dalton thought it was interesting, so he's like, okay, want to see that, and Dalton's also ready for a show, because we were supposed to do something this weekend, and I was a jelly bean, so it was my fault. I was just stupid, that's all. I literally was stupid. The big problem with it was, I don't know why, but I took your messages to mean like you would text me when you were ready instead of I'm supposed to text you when I was ready. So that's what happened. I literally did not notice it until like literally late Sunday night, and I was like, son of a bitch. I mean, I was almost down for the count. I was down here, but I was like gonna go to bed, and I looked at them like, why did he not want to do anything this weekend? And I'm like, I read the text wrong. I'm an idiot. I suppose you could have. That's true. But I mean, that was mostly me. I mean, there was any opportunity in fucking 3 days for me to look at that again and say like, okay, I gotta text him. I don't know. It's all right. That's right. We're here now. We're live. We're doing Paper Flighting more because I was going to make it a news show, and like I haven't set that up for the dual camera, and I wanted to get this going, so I didn't want to get too far into it. We already did 3 trial test runs to make sure our audio was okay. Hopefully it is. I mean, and then the recordings, on my 3rd recording, we both sounded pretty good, and that should be what we sound like now. Y'all can tell us in the comments. Yeah. So, do you want to kick it off, or you want me to kick it off? All right, I'll kick it off because I've probably got the biggest news. I mean, seriously, even though, it doesn't affect any of y'all, and it's like it's going to affect my history a little bit, and it is going to require some shit. I'm going to save the news for a big show that I'm probably going to put on my channel, because I haven't put anything on my channel in forever. That's why. But okay, so the big thing, and it's good Dalton's here because he can help talk about this too, because Mark's not here to debate this. But, okay, so, Dalton, you've probably watched the show, or you've probably heard, and you've heard Mark talk about how we get into the debate about, like, what makes a plane different, right? Or, like, what you're trying to do, right? And, like, whether it's a different variant or whether it's a new plane. And in our world, in the paper airplane world, obviously, it's like, okay, we can fold something like what you got in your hand there, a saber tooth. I can fold what I got in my hand here any different ways, but you can fold them like 5 different ways and still come out with the same look, right? Whereas in the real world, of course, anybody constructing a plane is like, there's all kinds of differences. I mean, yes, I know there's airliners that fly with, most of the airliners look exactly the same nowadays, but still, they're subtle, and people know who the difference is. But, in our world, it's a little bit harder to do, and there's tons of aircraft that look like this. I mean, Dalton over there, KIA readily, NASA's over there has readily like made planes like just like each other, and didn't even know they were doing it. You know, I've done that too, and okay, and like what Mark always likes to say is, it's the intent. If you start out making something like a subvariant or a variant, instead of a different model, if you intend it to make, if you're building a saber tooth, but you want to make it different, you're going to start out with a base saber tooth and go like, okay, I know what this is. I'm going to change it, and you go from there. Sometimes you're like, I want to build a new plane, and then it's like, maybe you're almost done with it. You got 2 more folds, and it begins to look like an apex, right? Now, Mark is saying, like, okay, according to what he would be saying in that case, your intent was not to make an apex. It's starting to look like an apex. I'm starting to make a Javelin. It's not, it looks like a Javelin, but I wasn't intending to do that. Okay, so in that idea, even if you're like, obviously we can't go with like just because it looks like it's the same plane, but if you don't intend to do it, it comes out looking like it, and the alternative, it flies like it. Do you have the same plane? Yes or no? This is where the debate keeps going on, and it's like, okay, well, if I folded it differently to get to it, it's not the same plane, right? Wouldn't you agree? Would you agree with that? Same look, yeah, same look, same flight, but different folds. Okay, okay. I'm pretty sure Mark would probably agree with that one, because again, the intent was not there. So all you've got is a plane that just looks and acts. You know, it quacks like a duck and it waddles like a duck, but it isn't a duck. It's a pigeon. Okay, right. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. So yeah. God, I hope I didn't fuck that up. Yeah. All right. So that being said, don't ask me to describe it. I can't even understand, and this is entirely new revelation. But okay. So ultimately, let me knock a ball out of the park right away with the first one. Is Javelin is no longer my oldest plane in the Corps. This has been a long debate. This really has. I wouldn't say it's been as long as I've been quiet online. You know that y'all haven't seen me, but it definitely, because I haven't had a chance to. This is only the third plane I've built since August. I told Kay this before the show started. Dalton knows this, but what do you think this is? You think this is a Javelin? Looks like a Javelin, right? This goes in line with what I was talking about. The segue here is this is not a Javelin. This is built like a Javelin, and it flies like a Javelin. This is not a Javelin. This is the first HIJAC that I have built in over 17 years, I would say. And let me expand on that one. HIJAC is the plane that I'd first built February 13th of 1988 that I had up until this point acknowledged has Javelin's rollout date, because Dalton knows this a little bit, Mark knows it more because I've built a few in front of him through time. I've got Javelins V1 through 7 of different variants, and they get the R when the folds are reversed and blah, 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 okay? However, after taking what NASA has told me to heart and then debating on it with myself for like the past couple months, I realized that the first Javelin was not the first Javelin. The first Javelin was HIJAC. I did build this plane. I built this plane this way. But after careful deliberation, all this debating and all this crap, and then saying like, well, I never intended to do that. I intended on making a different aircraft. I was trying to make a variant. It didn't turn out that way. Point of fact, these planes all flew differently. So what I'm saying is, the plane that I've always said is the oldest one in the Corps for me, because it was built in '88. This month would be about to celebrate its 35th anniversary. Will not, because Javelin is younger than that. Because HIJAC is the one, and don't ask me. It's an acronym that I made back then. It stands for something that what it was, because it was my interceptor. It was the end-all be-all interceptors, and it was cool. It's just that what you know as Javelin now flew better than even this thing did. HIJAC is what got built February 13th of 1988. HIJAC also, because of the way it flew, and while it was an interceptor, it was A, easier to build, and B, a lot, believe it or not, shorter ranged. I retired it in the Great Realignment of '94 that I had. So, and here's where it gets even more convoluted. Because of the divestiture I made of the different folds and different aircrafts that I had, that what you guys acknowledge and what I have until, a couple days ago recently acknowledged was Javelin, I found out was 4 different aircraft.
Wow.
So HIJAC was the first one and has been retired since '94. So it hasn't been here for 29 years. Then I had built a plane. Actually, it's 3 different planes. Forgive me. Javelin is one of them. HIJAC is one. And then the one that was the in-between that I called the HAEZ and changed its name to Condor. HAEZ was cool. And it was an acronym. Sounded like HAEZ. It was really cool. I was working with acronyms back in the day. And then I changed its name due to a science fair project and called it Condor. All of these planes, if you saw them, you would think Javelin. Even if you picked them up, you would think Javelin. If you saw them fly, HIJAC and Javelin would look virtually the same. HIJAC just flies a lot like Quill does. It does the same thing, only shorter. Condor / HAEZ did a little bit more gliding due to the way they're constructed. And again, you can thank NASA's for this entirely, because it's him and his, it's the intention. And it's something that Carrie and I just said. It's like, okay, well, he quacks like a duck and moves like a duck, but it ain't a duck. It's a pigeon. That's why this happened. And I'm going to... It sounds kind of small on the outside, but believe you me, it's not, because I haven't decided whether or not this means that HAEZ / Condor is in fact retired. They could be in the reserves. I'm probably going to retire them. Javelin's definitely not retiring, don't get me wrong. It's just Javelin is a little bit newer than 88. It's not much newer. It would only gain like 3 years. I think like the first flight of it would either be very late 90 or early 91. I'm going to have to go back and review my flight logs. But in any case, this what you see in front of you is a HIJAC. This is, like I said, I have not built a HIJAC in at least 17 years, if not longer. Probably not longer, because I've pretty much sent this one out to pasture. And again, if you look at it, you see it, you think like, and if you saw it fly, you'd be like, oh, it's a Javelin. But it's not. As a matter of fact, Dalton, you would know if you felt this one. If you're here, pick this. Here, take a hold of this one for me. If you were to pick this one up, you would already tell like, wait a minute, that feels different. And it is. Looks the same, flies kind of the same, but it doesn't feel right, and it's not folded the same. So this plane is, it's not what you think it is. And again, so what I'm gonna have to do, what really this actually ultimately means is. Everybody knows I talk about the coatings a lot, right? And we all try to keep our planes coated. And I'm beginning to admire somebody like Carrie's method of coating a lot better now than mine. Because, while I kind of like my little... you guys know I've been using the little letters in front of the numbers to tell which model it is, even though you can look at it and tell. All my letters are now off. All of them. Except for anything before the letter G, which is... what I thought was Javelin and is now HIJAC. Or excuse me, E. It goes back to E, for crying out loud, people. That's how far back I gotta go. My fucking Vampire's at, or wait, no, the 332, the brand new one, the 332 is at like W. So I'm running out of letters. And now I've got to set them up by 2. Because that means every design I have built since 1988, since the letter E, is up 2 letters. Which means all of my codes are wrong. Everything that I've showed you when you took that Sill Factory tour that I put on YouTube like a couple years back, all of those planes are coded wrong. Numbers won't change, so there's still that many of like the phases. There's still 747, but it's no longer the letter G. Now it's the letter I. They've all got to shift 2 letters down. And that does, actually, what that does, though, is that does affect Javelin production numbers. Because a certain number of HIJACs were built, then a certain number of HAEZs / Condors were built. And that will take away from the number of Javelins built. So there's probably less than 200 Javelins out there. Because it used to be 243 Javelins. I'm pretty damn sure... I know there was at least 31, I want to say, HIJACs built. I think it's a little bit less. No, there's about 31 Javelins or HIJACs built. So, and I know for a fact there'd be at least that number of Condors. So Javelin is below 200 again. So that's where I stand. Now, obviously, this like, okay, to you guys, Carrie is sitting over there. it'll mean a little bit of something to him. It'll mean a little bit of something to anybody who's been with me for a while. It directly affects me because I got a lot of paperwork I gotta fucking do. It doesn't affect any of you guys out there. Y'all don't even know. Hey, there he is. NASA's actually intact and upright. What's up, man? You can't see him, but you have it. Dalton, you got it live in the background anywhere? Are you watching the stream?
Yeah.
Because if you can see that he's chatting, or you just got there. He just got there. But yeah, so yeah, this is your fault, buddy. This is your fault. I've been quiet for the last few months because the job and life. But the last couple months, I have seriously debated on what you said and then realized and come to this realization, and now I am dealing with what you just heard, that Javelin has taken a hit. And my numbers in coding have taken a real big hit, and I got some work to do. That fucking sucks. That's the best way I can say it. It sucks. And this is probably why everybody that's a member always thinks about their coding, and it's like, oh, fuck that, I don't want to code. Look at the problems you're having. But you guys don't have the amount of planes I've got.
I was saying, we don't have the amount of planes.
None of y'all have the amount of planes or bases that I have to go through with this, but I voluntarily did this.
I think I was just looking at my my inventory. I have 53 Apex and 51 Exile. So between two birds, I have 100.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, granted, I've probably got 100 just hanging on this line right here, but yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I don't think I truly have 100 hanging up here, but I'm going to have a lot less in the very near future, because I know I've told you guys I've reduced the number, and truthfully speaking, I have reduced the number, but most of the ones that were in the boxes have found their way up on the hangers, and now with these numbers, there's going to be more news later. Stay tuned to my channel, SIO's channel, for that news, along with a new company logo. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more news. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, if you think you're floored, you're not really floored with this Javelin shit, okay? Because, again, it doesn't really affect anybody but me. Other than the fact that Javelin is not my oldest bird, and there's not 200 Javelins. That would be the only thing that would give you all some shock and awe. I don't know if I got... Yeah, you're right. I probably do. No, wait, no, that's not true. The pad only has, like, about 30 planes because I've done some burning. The pad is greatly, greatly reduced. The Palace... I mean, you gotta remember, only the really stud planes go to the Palace. So they ain't but 100. Like, number ones go in there, and obviously some Centennials would go in there. But then it would be like, I have to go to logs to see, like, oh, that plane flew awesome, I'm keeping that bird. Unless, the other option would be burning it or shooting it down. So it's not like everything goes in there. I don't do that. I'll burn first. So the pad is quite empty. I would say there's probably only about 40 in the pad, and probably an equal amount in the Palace. So no, I don't have that much. I need to get all... Dude, if you saw this place, though, like... Don, you said you wanted to, like, actually meet up. You want to come on over or something like that. You would see exactly what kind of mess I'm dealing with here. It doesn't look messy right now, but seriously, if you opened up any crevice in this office, in the factory, you would find paper planes.
Plane here, plane there.
It really is, dude. There's like every drawer in every crevice has a plane sitting in it, because I don't want to hang another one up, but I can't bring myself to bring those ones down. So,
right.
Something like this is going to make that happen, though, I promise. Because, like I said, like with this, and the news that you're going to get on my channel will definitely influence that. Because, okay, let me let you in on a little secret. The Phase 3 is going to be retired. I'm going to have some big news on the channel, so, yeah, yeah.
Phase 3 isn't that what started Exile, or was that Phase 2?
That was probably Phase 2. Yeah, because you had whatever one that you had, Exile's the one with the straight wing, right? Yeah, because Exile, the one that Abby always wanted, T-16, right?
Yeah.
Because it's got the little finny things in the back right there,
Right.
and it's straight. So yeah, that's an Exile. What's the other? Chaos. Chaos is the phase 3.
No, Chaos was okay. Going back to the variants of planes, Chaos was my version, my take of building phase 2. So like I built a phase 2 and called it Chaos.
Okay, so Exile's a phase 3.
So basically, it's like a phase 3 or just a phase 2 with even more of my spin on it.
Right.
Because I think Chaos was just traditionally your phase 2, how it's built. Exile became Legal Sheet.
Okay.
And Legal Sheet, that was actually just cut down to fucking 8.5 by 11 anyway. So
yeah,
it was just that it was a Legal Sheet. Then it got cut down. Then it was that. So.
Oh, that's right, because that's the one that's got the slanted trailing edge. Okay, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, so yeah, Chaos is 2, Exile's 3. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're talking, I see NASA's talking about, injections. What kind of injections are you referring to, bro? Are you talking about straight up, like, drugs? Because, I mean, I know that's probably what you're referring to. But yeah, anyway, so that's what I got to deal with myself. I have to... I got to do some number crunching with those 3 models and figure out where the hell those went, and I don't know. So I'm not very happy with looking through that, just because I got to. Basically, my thing is getting the coding right. That's what I'm worried about. But like I said, with the other big news that's coming, the other big news that's coming is going to be wicked weird. Yeah.
Totally wicked, bruh.
Oh, dude, like I said, I've got a list. You can't see it right here, but, like, this is the news. I'm not going to, like, let you read it, because it's, like, it's important news. I want to make sure I get there, but, like, dude, that's, there's, like, 8 lines of it, and it's big. And it's not even what I mentioned. It's big. So, yeah. Yeah, steroids. Yeah. Want to put them on it. That sucks, bro.
Yeah, what the hell?
Damn. You did say it was a mess. Ah. God, dude, is this still stemming from the accidents from back in the day? This is all stemming from the accidents back in the day and then re-aggravation of other shit, isn't it? Jesus, dude. If you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have no luck at all. Wait, is that why you've had a problem all this damn time? Is that why we haven't seen you? Like, literally, because you just, like, it's non-functional, or did you have it amputated? Are you thinking about having it amputated? Don't have it amputated, bro. How are you going to fold?
Say no, yeah.
How are you going to fold, bro? Come on, man. How are you going to fold? You are right-handed, aren't you? Because, this could be a bad situation. What the hell happened up there? Oh, God. Can you click? You must be able to click. And you can type, right? You're typing, right? Or is this voice? You're not turning into Helen Keller over there, are you? I'm not joking about it. I'm just being serious, like, because I know voice to text can happen. So.
I say yeah, voice to text, yeah.
Especially because Palace happened to be abbreviated. Like, usually, like, you have 100 in pad, so they're. I mean, I don't know, but it could work either way. I just don't know how you're doing it. So, hey, what kind of news you got over there? I see you busting out plane models and stuff. Matter of fact, that one looks a little familiar. Is that the one that you built with us last time, or is that something new?
Which one? This other green one here?
Yes. No, not at the moment. I can fix that.
I can fix that. Well. Let me see here. Let me get the right information here.
Yeah, I keep chewing this up. I keep not actually freaking... I gotta restream, dude. That's why I need you back. You gotta help me figure out this damn restreaming thing so I'm doing this right. Because I did it, like, 8 months ago I did it right. And now something jacked up on one of the updates and now it's not in here again. And I can't fix it. Oh, and Discord's trying to download update 23 of 27.
Jeez.
What the frick? Oh, that was quick. Never mind. It's going.
I haven't been on Discord for a while, have you?
Actually, I thought I was on it last month, but maybe there. There's like an update like every 13 days, so it's almost like the new Adobe of of the now. Of the now. So what? Yeah, what is that? So wait, that's okay. Sabretooth is in front of you, but that's got the new things. What is that? That one right there. What is that thing?
No, this is Sabretooth.
That's a Sabretooth as well.
No, well, this is SNA.
Oh, right. My bad. That's SNA.
Yeah.
I knew that shit.
I was say this is SNA with the cool little stripes that you help put on, even the under stripes too.
Gotcha.
No, I was potentially thinking of switching out SNA from what I have as a fighter bomber on the roll to cargo, because I was kind of flying. Which you can yell at me. I did post one flight on YouTube Shorts. I'm not sure if it actually posted up correctly or not, but I'll have to double check that. But I was doing a couple flights at work with one I built at work, and there was a lot of long, straight, level flights. Not so much of the curvy, glidey. Well, no, I shouldn't say glidey, but just like the way you would think a fighter would be.
Yeah.
So SNA might actually switch into or maybe share a role with Sabretooth as far as being a cargo plane. Now Sabretooth is my normal heavy cargo, and I also have the super version of it, the super heavy version, so my extra large heavy cargo.
Oh yeah, your poster boards and stuff. Yeah.
My poster boards, which I will hopefully be working on soon. I started one the other day, and it's not going very well. I have to remember how I do the poster board.
Yeah, those always were a little bit of a challenge, but like. They weren't that bad though.
Well, you're not building one in a night though.
No, I don't suppose you are. I really don't suppose you are.
Probably like in real life, it takes years and years to develop a bomber. It probably takes me about 3 days to build a bomber. Cargo poster board bomber. So other than that, there was also a variant to SNA, but again got lost, just like the old Shadow me and SIL keep joking back and forth with.
Okay.
But Shadow is hopefully still going to be coming out. I have an idea how I did it, and actually I was going to kind of fumble around with it on either on this show or maybe on a different show. But right now, SNA is possibly going into a cargo role, as well as maybe sharing the role of fighter bomber and sharing the role of cargo. There's a new variant of SNA, hopefully coming out, and Shadow is on the way too.
Okay, so the traditional Shadow that we're used to, that one that you were talking about, we discussed when I first started flying. You first built it like a trainer. I thought I did, but I can't pick it up at the moment. You're really quiet. He's asking me. Boy, talking to two of you at the same time is like crazy.
Mark saying I'm quiet?
No, well, he asked if he could hear. No, he's trying to be heard as well, and I thought I heard him. Like he's like a peep in the background. I may have to make adjustments on my end. So, okay, but does that mean are you keeping SNA has the bomber too, or no?
I would say primarily a bomber right now, because that's what it has been doing. It's just that, which one was it? Was it fucking? Yeah, it was number 8 here. Number 8 here with the single strikes on top. I don't know how it got, how we built it. I mean, it's definitely damn near the same as with number 9 here. But this number 8, the white one, was flying so nice, so straight.
On the
I hear you.
profile.
So nice, so straight, so level that it was just
Profile.
and on a consistent basis. I threw it about probably 8 or 9
For
times,
me.
and it was just consistent, straight flight. It was
You know what I'm
really
saying?
nice. So,
Yep.
um,
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
well,
hear
I
you.
I guess another piece
Better?
of news too is that
Deal. Okay.
SNA will
Well, tell
also
him
be
to get
trying
his
to
ass in
be
here, too.
upgraded to a posted board side as well.
I mean,
Now
might
that
as well.
I've gotten a
right?
proven,
Fuck it. These meds
a
suck,
proven
though.
layout and a structure to the plane. I know
Like,
it's
I'm in
proven,
so
it
much
works, it
pain.
flies, it's
I'm about to
great.
chop my whole hand off.
So that will be the next one on the list for going up to
Damn churn.
the supersize.
I think on top of this.
And it was supersized when it was big.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take up this whole damn desk if I actually build it and show it. So
Damn!
Oh, yeah.
Now the question is, I can hear Mark now, but can the rest of the crowd hear him too?
Well, if you have desktop audio on,
Mark's
maybe.
through Skype or what? 'Cause I got.
He's actually on Discord. Do you have Discord?
I do have Discord.
Hook it up. Can you punch it up real quick?
Got it going right
Yeah,
now.
you should be in Discord, right?
I totally forgot about that. Well, it was me and him for a moment there, and then you're on. And I do have Discord. I have desktop audio on, so they might be able to hear you as well.
Yeah, they're pretty sure they can.
Okay,
I mean,
sweet.
I can go. I can go back to the video and see.
So okay, so
give me-
KIA's guy. All right.
Yeah, I've always been known for the heavies and the big birds. I gotta represent here.
Well, not only that, but I think it's kind of cool that
Yeah.
you actually are playing with it enough that you can figure out, or you figured out that it's not like you're changing roles with it. So
Yeah, well, it's I have to build more,
Yeah.
just like how you've always told me and told everyone that building five
Tell him
planes
jump
is
his
not
ass in his
gonna
mobile jet.
prove what that bird can do.
Oh,
You gotta
bro.
build 10s and 20s and 30s of them before you're
Man.
just like
Yeah,
I'll
I'm so
exile.
tired.
Build 16 of them.
Tired,
All of a sudden the
tired,
16th
tired,
one flies. Amazing.
Tired.
It was
Only
it was a
8:30.
proven design
Oh my goodness. What am I gonna
because
do?
of you and because of SIL.
But yeah, like I can't.
So it wasn't
well,
a matter
I'll have
of
to see
the
a
plane was
picture
going to
later.
fly. It
But
was
yeah,
just
they
the way of how I built it, put my
put me in
little
a
spin on
splint,
it. And I also think those
and I can move
little
my
X-wings
fingers.
on the back
about it.
really helped as well. So now I'm just kind of trying to be more creative and take those
to type.
cues from those planes, your planes, and everyone's planes, even
And
OE's.
that's about
It's
it.
amazing to watch all the stuff that he does with his.
Well, that's cool. Mark, that sucks. Dalton, that's cool. I have to get both of you at the same time.
Right?
What the fuck?
Can you get me your Discord or
Yeah.
however we gotta do this?
Snap the ligaments in there.
That sucks. We should just be showing up as IVPAC Global. Check out IVPAC Space Global with the caps and the places.
It's in the Discord channel is in the videos.
Oh yeah, it's true. It is, isn't it? But he's
Yeah,
probably.
but I can send it to him real quick. I mean, invite. What's his Well, do you have him on Discord? You might be able to invite him from Discord.
Dalton, what's your Discord? Wait a minute. Type it to me. Just so it's not out there for everybody to see in case you don't want it to see, or just unless you found us.
No, I didn't find you yet.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do it that way, and then just send him a direct link to it. And you
Yeah.
can do it that way. That way, we can at least have
Well, it's
a halfway normal conversation.
It's a halfway normal conversation.
You should know what it is.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I should know what it is, shouldn't I?
You just don't know the number.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. You should, but you don't.
Why is my rocket ship sparkly, for crying out loud? Stop that! Well,
You bedazzled your rocket.
it did that. The rock. Well, no, I didn't do it. The rocket just got bedazzled on it. Hey, dude, it's good to hear your voice, though, man. You've been gone for so damn long. This is almost
Bro,
worse
I'm
than
telling
Soviet. There it is. Fuck
Well,
you.
send me his stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Send me his stuff or tell him to send
You
me
okay
his.
over
I
there?
don't know.
Yeah, I'm okay. It's just not coming. Like, it's not. You stop fucking around.
Cause I'll just invite him. I mean,
Okay.
well, that's not his shit. That's the invite. I got this.
Hold on. Hold the hell on. I'm doing it right now. Here, ready? Are you ready? Ready, Freddy, steady, go. That's it.
Okay, so copy text.
Okay, it should be coming to you very shortly, I think.
Okay. Go down here. Go to invite.
All right. I'm try not to screw it all up. Dalton, on that note though, do you have a dive bomber?
No.
Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do it this way. That's why.
You don't have a dive bomber. Okay, so.
So hang on. Do it this way. Add.
I mean, name self-explanatory. It goes up and then dives down, obviously, right?
Right. Yeah. I was thinking actually because of the way my planes have been operating, I've got Vampire doing it because it's just better that way.
Okay, he accepted that. Now I can go over here. I think, did you have him on your friends list?
I should have had him on my friends list. Actually, no, because he changed his name. Okay, I had you on there, but you changed your name, and that's why I didn't have it in there. Because I remember you were on there, and you were on the list, but you weren't on the list because you must have changed the number, and it was up there for all to see.
I'm
gonna edit the shit out of this video afterwards.
So I'm gonna get all this stuff.
Okay. So let me go over here and make sure.
Oh, speaking of which, does this mean you don't have a working shadow right now, though?
No, I do not.
Okay, you just have a hint of an idea as to how to build it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manage.
How did you figure that out?
Oh no, that's not what I want.
I just was kind of fumbling around with some stuff at work, and just came to a couple folds. I was like,
no, I don't want to delete the channel. I want
I felt like I've done this before.
That's usually how we all come across our old shit. That fumbling around is exactly what made me understand what Mark was talking about and why Javelin is no longer as big as it used to be. God, that sucks.
Okay, I'm in the Discord, but now how do I shut Skype off so I don't hear like 6 people talking?
Do you hear 6 people talking?
Yeah, a little bit.
This is weird because now there's like some awesome and yet strange feedback going on.
Yeah, like I can hear you twice, Mark only once.
Yeah, so if you go down to your taskbar and you right click on Skype, you should be able to just exit the application. That'll be the quickest way to do it.
However, if he takes it off, I won't have the video anymore.
I was gonna say you won't have video then.
Oh, so then just mute. Because that's why we do it through Discord.
That's why we do it through Discord. Exactly. Yes, but again, we didn't have it up until now. So yeah, now exactly.
So I would just mute him in Skype.
Okay. Shut up, your face. Now we should be all right.
Because you muted Dalton, right?
Yes.
In Skype, just so you could, yeah. So you should be able to mute him in Skype, and then you should just be fine.
Right. Because mine's just coming through live on the thing anyway. All right, so people, I think we're back here now. Now I think we're here with Kay and NASA just has no video.
I have no video. I have no life. I have no hand.
I have no hand.
We went from having these tiny hands to no hand.
Yeah, basically.
Did you catch the part earlier where we said that? No, wait, we didn't record that, did we, Dalton? We didn't record that.
No, we were recording that one.
Oh, yeah, no. I didn't hear that. I was like 15, 20 minutes late anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, stupid question. Where the hell do I mute you on Skype?
Oh, my goodness.
Just the underneath of it. Mine was just down there, so. Are you picking me up twice still?
Actually, no, I don't, so I don't know what happened.
Did you go to full screen?
I'm not actually using the app. I'm actually on, like, the internet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that might be why. But anyway, I'm fine. I'm not hearing 8 people talking at once, so I'm good.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Well, none of us are, so I think we're straight now. No,
Yeah.
if the
I am
audience
not.
is okay, we're okay.
I am. I mean, I feel like I made people right now. I'm thinking high as a kite. I'm taking meds, man. I mean, I gotta stay hopped up on them so I don't freaking. I mean, I could not take them, but I could be in some. I'll just be in extreme pain all day, and I can't even work. You know, if I do that.
So I take it you haven't built a
So
plane in a long time either.
no, I haven't built. I haven't built nothing. It's been a minute. It's probably been at least 6 months.
Dalton, when's the last time you made one? Oh, he's got a sheet in front of him.
Yeah, shoot, bro. Probably about 3 weeks.
Ago?
3 weeks ago. No, God, no.
See, yeah, no. But yeah, it's just it stinks because it's more, life changing than anything.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
You bloony balloon? Yeah, it would be
Okay.
bad, I suppose. Yeah.
well, yeah. I mean, I can't bend my wrist because it hurts. I'm now in a stinking permanent. I mean, I can take the splint off, but I'm supposed to wear it full time because if I don't wear it full time, I end up re-injuring it. So I end up hurting it a second time because of the steroid injection. The steroid injection makes my hand feel really good, and it doesn't hurt. But the problem is, then I go lift freaking logs and throw them in the wood burner and the wood stove and go cut some more wood, because it's too big to freaking fit in there. So I cut it in half, and I end up hurting the wrist again, anyways. So I hurt that back in like November, like a second time, and then or no, December. I think it was December.
It's hard to keep track of him.
Yeah, because I've been in and out of the hospital like freaking a million times since the last 4 months. They know me by name. They know me by name now.
Oh boy, what started
It's crazy. Well, at first I went to, apparently over the summer I tore my ligament in my wrist. When I was cutting wood and stuff and stacking it and throwing it and doing all this stuff, and it was just sore for me. I didn't realize I tore it because actually when you tear a ligament, it actually doesn't. It does. That's not the most pain.
It's not.
So
No, it's not. You
It's
would
just,
know.
it feels like a sore muscle or like a sore joint when you tear it.
Yeah.
And it's just a prolonged soreness, so it stays sore for a long time. And the only thing that actually makes it feel better is either ibuprofen or stuff like that, and then lots of rest. So not using it. So that's exactly what I did. Like later on, after I was done chopping a majority of the wood, and like August time frame, I basically didn't. The last couple of weeks of August, I didn't do anything. Then I got sick at the beginning of September with pneumonia, and I was in the hospital off and on for like a week and a half. And then I started bowling September 11th. Bowled, no problems that Monday night. Went back the next week and turned around and snapped the ligament fully. And I've been in pain ever since. And I've been hopped up on pain meds and everything else. And
Yeah. That's something crazy.
then I had to go get the injection back in, what was that, November? October?
This is basically making out to be the fun that it is
Yeah.
right now. Okay.
Yeah, so I went and got the steroid injection finally after fighting with the VA and everything else for the last couple months. Fighting with steroid injection straight into my wrist to help calm it down so I could actually move my hand. And then I ended up re-hurting it again in a different part of my. So I think I tore another ligament in my wrist because of that. So now
your wrist is out of ligaments, bro.
Yeah, because that's what happens. Like you snap one, and then everything else is done. Because it's always trying to compensate for the missing ligament.
Yep.
Right.
And they're so tiny in your wrist because it wasn't the big one, the ones that go up and down your arm. It's just the ones in the wrist. So you snap one, and your whole hand's fucked up. And so you can't. And the problem is they don't want to just go in and fix it.
Well, why would they
Right.
want to do that? You're making them money now.
Well, not really. I mean, they don't get paid per visit.
I know, but doctors are doctors no matter where they are, so they're still making money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
There's no money to be had in healthy people.
Yeah, it's definitely job security if you keep me coming back. Like no joke, I get that.
That's right.
So I mean, and so I went today. I mean, I've been fighting with them, and then they finally forced me to get this stupid splint, and then they forced me today. Well, they didn't force me, but I basically don't have a choice at this point. So I got the splint, and then now I have to wear it like 99% of the time. Basically, go take a shower and freaking. That's about it. That's the only time I really am supposed to take it off.
Good God, bro. Jeez.
That's crazy.
Isn't it
So
though?
yeah,
Don't you go be
so-
doing some shit like this, man.
yeah.
Right.
So I mean, I think eventually I'll be able to figure out how to do things, but right now I'm just hopped up on meds, so it's like I can't freaking. I'm so tired. I'm about to pass out. You know what I'm saying?
That's about where I've been the past 6 months or 4 months.
Yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
like 6
So
months.
how's the train shit coming?
Pretty damn good, other than the fact of like not being here most of the damn time. And let me tell you how much fun it is riding on the side of a train when it's 0 outside. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
You-
That's something I recommend
Oh,
y'all
no
all
shit.
try to do.
So wait, hold up, damn it. Let my brain process. So I thought you were the driver, but you're saying there's more than one of you, so you guys rotate?
There's always more than one in the cab. Although if you followed any of the news having to do with railroads nowadays, they're trying to eliminate the conductor. And I'm a conductor, and what the conductor does is he is in charge of the train, but he does not drive the train. He has to take care of the train itself, meaning all the cars. Which means if I got to check the air brakes, I have to walk up and down said train, all the cars, and see if the brakes are good, see if the handbrakes are on or off, see if the back end of the train is still hooked up, or the device that's actually at the back end of the train is functioning. Yeah, that's what I do. And that means actually if we're like, we got anywhere from 3 to 80 cars that have to go somewhere. If it's a short distance and we're backing up, I have to ride on the back of the train while we're backing up to make sure that the engineer who's driving the train knows where to go. And let me tell you how fun it is to ride the side of a train when it's 0. Or walking through 8 inches of snow.
That made, like, damn it. I mean, I was deceived as a kid. I thought the conductor was the one driving the damn train.
You guys watched Hollywood. Y'all guys watched, like, movies where the conductor was the dude wearing that round hat that says conductor that said tickets please, and he is when you wear it when you're in a passenger train. But when you're in the freight train, it's the most unglamorous. Nobody ever talks about it, and that's the reason why. That's exactly the reason why. Because if you knew, you'd be like, oh, hell no, really? That's what you gotta do? Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
So is that like the entry level position, and then you just work your way up to be an engineer?
You can. Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, conductors, believe it or not, is like the easiest thing. The easiest thing for them to train, learn how to do, with no pun intended, to get training on trains. But yeah, that's the easiest thing for them to train you to do, because engineer to drive it, it's actually a lot more complex. And ask a bunch of engineers,
Well, yeah,
they think it sucks.
Well, yeah, because I mean, that braking system is like different. It's not
it's different.
I mean,
It's not as bad as you think. Like, the way Dalton's got his set up, like right now, because he's got the mouse and the keyboard right there. That's basically the layout of like, that's the layout of the bigger ones that you see. Like a Class 1, like Union Pacific, right? Their layout is just like that. They got a throttle up there, and they got like the air controls right there. But like the trains we drive on, there's like 3 levers, and they only go from side to side, and they basically control how much power is sent, and then the air. And yeah, that's it, because the air does both things. It speeds up and slows down. I mean, it's definitely air brakes, but a lot of trains have what's known as dynamic braking, when the power actually fights. So the more power you apply, the more brakes apply. That's what dynamic braking is, and that helps slow them down. But that also equates out to be the power's reacting to the air, and vice versa. So that's how it gets like, okay, this is slowing it down, this is stopping us. Obviously, the brakes stop you and hold you in place, but...
Don't you have an issue with like ice buildup and shit too?
No, not really. I mean, the cold weather does make the air take a lot longer time to travel through a train, especially the longer it is. So there's a lot of waiting going on because when you have to do an air test, which is probably the most important thing you do on the train, you have to do it every time a train moves. You have to wait for the air to build up because the air only comes from the loco. So if you've got 80 cars and it's only coming from the locomotive, you got to wait a long time for it to travel to the trail end because air molecules in the warm weather are about this big, but in the cold weather they're about this big. And it takes a long freaking time to go to the tail end of a train when it's this cold outside. Yeah.
On a side note, I got a 3D printer though.
So did I.
Word. Did you get FDM or resin?
I got filament. There's no way in hell I'm getting resin. I don't want to put resin up in here. It stinks. I know a dude has got like all three. He prints out stuff for our railroad, the model railroad, and he's like.
I mean, I got a place to put mine, so yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I got a place to put mine, so it's not so bad.
Yeah, everybody said that. It's like, dude, get the filament. You don't need the resin printer. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, it just depends on what you're trying to print. Like as far as like.
Yeah, exactly. Dalton, I'm not printing a Warhammer over here. Fuck that shit. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm printing that, but you can also print like the little miniatures for the tracks and stuff too.
Well, exactly, and that's what I'm doing. But I don't need. Like I said, I don't need resin for that.
Oh, you're not trying to get like high def quality on it.
Hell no,
I mean,
dude.
you can get pretty good. You can get pretty good quality on FDM, but
exactly. And
the resin is definitely more. Resin is definitely more.
I ain't trying to.
Detailed.
What I'm not trying to print me out the scales on a Godzilla. Let's put it that way. If I was, I would think about it, but I ain't doing that shit. So.
Yeah, where's my Godzilla Funko?
Oh yeah. Oh my bad, bro.
That's all right.
My bad, bro.
That's funny. That's funny right there.
I was so pissed. He got a Funko before I left. Before we all left Annex there. And I'm like, oh no, bro, you gotta get me a Funko.
And believe it or not, I'm still on the hunt, but like trying to find that particular one is like, dude, deathly crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, it's like freaking nuts. However,
so where do you travel / deliver / like are you just up and down the east the eastern part of the state?
Wisconsin Southern, so we only got like, well, believe it or not, as far as the properties that quote unquote the parent company Watco owns, I shouldn't say quote unquote, they do own us. Wisconsin Southern is the second biggest railroad that they own, and Wisconsin Southern is one of the larger Class 2 railroads in the United States. I mean, you got the 6 Class 1s, and then there's Wisconsin Southern. I can't remember who the one is in front of us, but we got like 684 miles of track, and we run like from anywhere from Chicago to, well, like my run currently to Oshkosh, but run up to Cambria. Cambria's about as northwest as we go, but we also do run to Prairie du Chien, so.
Yeah, that's still a couple hours though. Okay.
Oh yeah, well, a couple hours drive by train. That's 6 hours.
Yeah, really?
I'm talking about.
Trains don't go as fast as cars do. Those Class 1s that you see, they can go 55, 60, and 60 is actually touching it. They usually can't barely make it past 55. But we, being a Class 2, if we have track good enough to travel 40, we can go as fast as 40. In most cases, we can only do 20 miles an hour. We can only do 20 miles an hour.
Is that per regulation or just per safety?
It's both. The safety of the track, the condition of the track states that the regulation follows the safety of the track. So, especially in wintertime. In wintertime, there's actually some sections of track we can't even travel on because it says like if the ambient air temperature is below 20 degrees, do not travel on this track at all. It doesn't have that problem in the summertime, but it does have that problem in wintertime.
That's so stupid. I mean, I get it. I mean,
if you saw this track, you would understand why.
No. But I'm saying, like, I think it's stupid that they haven't fixed the track. Well, I know it costs money.
Well, there's an old saying in the railroad, and you guys may have heard this, even without being in the railroad. Rail never dies. The rail itself, the rail will be there forever unless they pull it up. It's the ties and the ballast that fail. And
right.
That's a lot harder to do. If there's swampy land underneath, right? And believe me, there's a lot of swamp in Wisconsin. If you didn't notice this, if that shit
Got
freezes,
something bad behind it.
if that shit freezes and then thaws, shit has a tendency to buckle and sink and rise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And not only that, but when the ground freezes, they do what is known as tamping, so they can set ballast and rail down on a completely flat surface. You can't tap frozen ground at all. You can't do it. It's physically impossible. So you can't fix a section of track, therefore you can't straighten the section of track. And I can show you some pictures of some track that it's curvier than a Swiss Alp drive, dude. It's like, no.
And they just wait till the summertime to fix that shit?
Yep.
That's crazy.
And they take the track out of service. Either that or you're allowed to travel on it, but you can only go 10 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour. Max. And right now, because it is so cold, I would venture to say most of Wisconsin's southern track is limited to 20 miles an hour.
No,
If it spurs into customers, it's even slower. That's why, like I said, yeah, Prairie du Chien, yeah, 2 hours, yeah, sure, if you're on a car. But if you're in the train, that's an all-day trip.
well,
one,
no. What I was
one customer, we got to go all the
trying to
way
say
out
is,
there
like,
and all the way back. That's a whole day.
Yeah, no, I was. So do you get paid by the hour?
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Balling over there.
Oh yeah, because we get like mandatory 10s. So like even if you work 6 hours, they pay you for 10, regardless of what you do. Doesn't matter. You could work for a half hour. You're going to get paid for 10. That's like a regulation, and we almost always get overtime because like you go out there, and you're way to freak out there, and you just go dead, and because you can't work over 12, and then but you can be on the clock for longer than 12. So, it's just there's a lot of overtime, and yeah, that's pretty nice.
So, if you're on the train, you're getting paid.
Oh yeah.
Regardless if you're actually physically working or not. And I say that because there's no like overnight stuff, is it?
Chicago is, but that's the only one.
Because what I was thinking was like, oh, if you're taking like you're not doing longer journeys, but like cross country stuff. If you're doing that where you're rotating and sleeping and stuff,
Yeah.
like you would still technically get paid for sleeping.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I would think that they probably dock you maybe a little bit, but maybe not. I don't know. Especially because if an emergency happened and they had to wake you up, like you just didn't have a choice. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I guess they would pay you while you sleep. So you getting paid 24 hours per day. Oh man, that would be nice. But obviously you got to sacrifice family and shit. So
Oh yeah. Your railroad becomes your family. Dude, what the hell did you just build right there, dude?
I don't know.
These nudes.
Can you see that, Mark? Can you see that? You can't see his, can you?
Oh no, I can't. I mean, I'd have to go into the. Hang on, I gotta go back into the channel.
I don't know if you guys, the public, we've been talking, but the public, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, I just for safety's sake, and this is like became kind of how to build. If you followed along, I just built another hijack. So.
Oh, what?
Just for shits and giggles, because I could and because I did, I built another hijack.
A hijack? What the?
Oh, you didn't hear the first part of the show that me and Dalton, I was telling Dalton about, right? Did you? Like, thanks to you, this is the whole thing that I'm doing thanks to you and shit. Yeah. I don't know if you caught it. How much did you like when you said like what you talking about, Willis? I just got here. You didn't catch anything before that?
No, I didn't catch anything before that. So
CD, he missed
how's
all
it
that.
not letting me? How's it not letting me mute this stuff?
So this was a hijack. Did you guys follow along with this? Here, I'll show you real quick. It's a full sheet of paper, of course. The key that makes this a hijack. That fold right there, that first fold. And you saw it came out looking like this thing right here. And it did. So like you do that, fold it down there. And the way to test this to make sure that you're doing it right, and you saw me do this earlier because I got a little crease right here. Took this crease out. When you do your first fold, which your first fold is, of course, this longitudinal fold, right?
Hang on.
You fold a little triangle to that fold there, and that way you know. God damn it, you can't see. All right, so you got this right here, right? The triangle folds down to where this starts right here, so you know that when you get. Like you got right there, see where that fold is? So you take the triangle out, and then you put this in, and then you know you've got this fold in the right distance. And then you just continue to fold your plane. But that is how you make a HIJAC. And that is the precursor to Javelin. And, yeah, so there it is. But again,
So
thanks to
that's yours?
thanks to Mark and his debates on intent and all that bullshit, this is not Javelin. And it took me 29 years and 3 extra months to figure that shit out. So now
You're welcome.
yeah.
This is all Mark's fault.
This is all Mark's fault. Hell yeah. It took me this long.
You're welcome.
But
Because
now,
that's the thing. Like, I mean, you remember how the time that I built.
he's gonna go into it.
This is back in the day before, like, we were really strict on like everybody having their own. Like, I couldn't have a Javelin because you had a Javelin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This was
right.
back then. We were much smaller, so we kind of been a little bit more lenient, and because I was building phase 2 back then and didn't even intend to copy your plane.
Right.
So now, since we're kind of allowing, I won't say that we're, being a little bit more lenient, but we're allowing a little bit of flexibility with, well, at some point people are going to copy your design regardless if they intended to or not.
Yeah, it's
So
probably
the
inevitable.
intent, and that's where I kind of got it from is, okay, the intent for them was, hey, they were trying to build this, or they did build this and they didn't see your video, or they didn't know you at that time when they built that.
Right. Right.
And that was the intent. So taking that,
told you he was going to talk about intent.
And then you take that concept and then you apply it to say, okay, now I want to build a new plane. Well, if I start out with, say, Javelin or a Thunderbolt, but I intend to build something different and I'm not trying to copy it, even though I start out maybe halfway through with the same plane, but I do something completely different, other than just adding tech. And that's the thing that we talked about. Like, if I'm just like doing a cut like on the wing pocket or something like that to add strakes, that's not a new plane.
That's not a new plane. Right.
That's just tech. But if you're intending to cut like part of the wing out to get it to try to do something else, then that's the intent of, like, hey, I'm not trying to make a Javelin. I'm trying to make something completely different.
That's right.
And then whether it's trash or not, it just comes out to be whether it's trash or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and if it works, then great. You got a new design. That's the way I've been looking at it.
Well, and since and like at the early part of this show, I don't know if you gonna watch it or you want me to just say it.
No. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I'll go back. I'm gonna go back and rewatch anyways.
Okay, but yeah, that's what we talked about in the first part of the show, because I had an epiphany, and I mean, it really was like, it wasn't just what you said. I mean, I realized it, but I didn't want to live with it because now it doesn't affect IVPAC, but it affects me, and I got a lot of work to do because of it. But needless to say, ultimately, the worst part about it is there's not 200 Javelins anymore.
There's not 200, so there's probably 400. No, I'm just playing.
No, there's way less than that, because that's what me and
because you got to. Yeah, the intent was to build something else, and
the HIJAC. I've built about 40 HIJACs, and I built probably about that many HAEZs / Condors, which were, like I said, those were the ones that came before it, even though they did the same job and had the same look, but they were definitely different aircraft. And yeah, so whatever the 243 Javelins that there are, subtract 80. And like I said, the other news would be, like I always tell everybody, it's my oldest continuous design. Well, it's not, because that would mean that Javelin's 3 years new.
It's still one of the oldest, isn't it?
It's still one of the oldest. Nova will take the title now for about.
So that means you got to go back and change all your dates and everything too, like the original rollout dates and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And actually, what's worse than that is I have to change every single code because they're all.
I heard that part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of heard that part. I think that's when I jumped in. Was that last part?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, you gotta bump them 2 letters. So that does suck. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's.
For those of you guys that don't have the kind of code that I have, again, that's why when Dalton was mentioning KIA, his codes are perfect. He wouldn't have to change any. I wouldn't have to do it if I was doing it his route. It's because of the way I picked it, and now I'm kind of screwed. However, as I like to point out also, due to my other news that's coming, It may be easier than I think. It may be a lot
I mean,
easier than I
you
think.
could just come up with a whole new coding scheme altogether.
I thought about that too. I thought about that too
I mean, that's
because
up to, that's up to
I
you.
was looking at Dalton's version of coding, and I'm like, I might just go his route.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally up to you. I mean, it might be worth it though,
Indeed.
just to save you some headache.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna create/save a whole bunch of headache here real soon. Stay tuned on my channel, people. There's gonna be some news, like for real. I'm gonna blow y'all ass out the water.
Just blow your ass.
I don't know if y'all heard the whispers. Hopefully you didn't. That was a secret. Dalton got it, but yeah, that's just one.
I ain't getting one.
Yeah, that right there in it of itself is going to be a big one. But there's going to be 3 other pieces to that, as well as 4 other pieces of news that are just it's going to put that shit to shame. So anyway, what I did was, again, this is HIJAC. It stands for something I can't remember what, because when I created it was an acronym, and HIJAC is the precursor to Javelin, and HAEZ and Condor were even a further precursor to Javelin, and Javelin is where it's at now. But Javelin is now 3 years. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 years newer than it was. It's like either late 90s or early 91 that it was first flown and rolled out. So it's a little different.
Nice. Oh, I got to go to LA in 2 weeks, by the way.
Lacrosse?
No, Los Angeles.
Oh, LA. Okay, I'm sorry. LA, okay. For what? What the hell's in LA?
So work. Freaking bullshit.
That's dumb.
They're doing a hiring event out there at the regional office, so I got to go out there.
Why do you need somebody from Pissant, Wisconsin to go to LA?
Because I work. Well, that's technically my customer for work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I support the regional office out there in LA. I have San Diego, LA, Boise, and Albuquerque. Those are my 4 customers. Customers, if you want to call it that. Those are the 4 regional offices I manage. So.
Did you fly that, D?
I didn't fly nothing other than freaking either mentally in the sky with all the meds or on a plane.
Where did you go?
But yeah, I gotta fly out there Super Bowl Sunday, so I'm not happy.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, granted, Super Bowl is what it is. I mean,
the
I'm not extremely excited about it, but
the best Super Bowl that we've had in 25 years. Oh my God! I was just texting my dad before we started the show. I'm like, dude, for the first time, and I can't even tell you how long, I'm actually looking forward to the Super Bowl. This is incredible. Both teams are actually cool. Instead of like one team is really cool and the other team I could give. Well, I don't. For you guys, it might be different, but for me, it's like for the first time in years, it's like one team has been cool and the other team is like, oh fuck them. That's why I've always said like the AFC Championship or the NFC Championship has been my Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl would always be some other team that I fucking can't stand. But this year, it's 2 awesome freaking teams. This will be cool.
Yeah, I just didn't want Kansas City in it. I'll be honest. I mean, he's still a rookie in my mind, and go home. You already got enough.
I mean, when it's not the Patriots, it's the Rams. When it's not the Rams, it's the 49ers. When it's not the 49ers, it's the Broncos. I hate all those fuckers, man. I hate them all. And when it's not them, it's the Packers. Fuck the Packers, man. God.
The Bears.
You got to go back to 2009. 2009, the Saints and the Colts. I like those 2 teams. 2008, the Steelers and the Cardinals. That was cool. But then it's still Patriots.
You know how far you got to go back?
I mean,
to get a team that I wanted actually in the Super Bowl?
Well, luckily, I don't have that much of a problem. But
I got problems. My team sucks. Your team sucks just as bad.
My team's horrible. My team is so bad that I predicted how bad they were, and I shocked everybody, and I told you what was happening.
Yeah,
you guys remember that? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, you were worse. You were worse than you predicted.
No, they did exactly what I said at halftime. Everybody. Dalton, you even texted me. Remember that shit? The last time the Falcons went against the Patriots, and I said, like, because everybody was like, what was it, 2 minutes left to go in the first half, and everybody said, dude, you're up 30 points. I'm like, we'll find a way to fuck it up. Trust me.
Yeah, right.
It's what we
Exactly.
do. It's what we
Yep.
do. And sure enough,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, I was pretty upset about that.
Sure enough, we did.
Yeah. Is that supposed to be there?
Everybody, dude, I had my sister was telling me that, and I was looking dejected. They're like, why are you dejected? I'm like, because we're going to screw this up.
Because we're gonna screw this up.
And we screw
Because
it
that's
up.
what we do.
That's what we do. We screw it up.
You know who I was excited about that screwed up? The Vikings. I was happy they lost. That was hilarious. That was some funny shit. I knew they were gonna blow it. I knew they were gonna blow it in the playoffs.
It just pisses me off that the Buccaneers were in again. So yet again, this failed attempt by the NFL to make sure that the divisional
That Brady
winners
gets
gets to
into the
go
Super
there, and so that means a team with a winning record has to sit at home while a team with a losing record goes to the playoffs because they won their
Yep.
division. What a stupid bunch of
Yep.
shit.
Yep. I hate that rule. Just because you win your little division doesn't mean you should get in the freaking playoffs. No, you are trash. Go sit down. That's the only way. And they made
Well, I was
sure
gonna say-
that he won his division.
What if
I-
the Browns? What if the Browns or Jacksonville won their division? Do they deserve to be in the playoffs?
Well,
It depends on
Jacksonville
what the
did,
record
but
is.
Jacksonville had a winning record. It was the Buccaneers winning our stupid ass division, which nobody wanted to win, with a 7-9.
Yeah, they were.
Seven and
They
10?
were like 7. You know,
Were they 7-10 or were they 8-9? Either way, they had
they
a
might have
losing
been
record.
8-9.
And the thing is, ever since we went to these 4 divisions in each conference, it's happened like three times or 4 times, and it never happened when there was only 3 conferences or 3 divisions in a conference. Now that there's 4, it's happened all the damn happens every 4 years.
8 and 9,
8-9. That's what I mean. And the
Eight-
last time
8 and
before
9.
that, the Seahawks did that.
and everybody
shit.
else, everybody else was 7 and 10. So that means if anybody else would have won, they would have had an even worse record.
Well, I mean, if the NFL would take away that stupid division rule, I think the Packers could have gone, or somebody else could have gone.
They were close. Yep, they were close. Yeah, they were close.
Detroit or
They were right on the bubble.
somebody. There was always another option. Somebody had a winning
Yeah,
record. And it's so freaking stupid. I don't want to see a team with a losing record in the play. I don't care if they won a division. What if the division's crap, like ours was this year? Stupid. Stupid, bro. Stupid.
Oh,
Hey, dude, what is that? What are you doing? What is that?
what?
Yeah, it flew.
It flew? Did it fly? Okay, okay.
And it fucking flew.
That's what makes it awesome.
That's
So,
what we
yeah.
always say. And then we
It's,
take it outdoors, and then it freaking
Well, yeah,
drops
that's true.
like a rock.
There's a lot of times when it flies indoors. That's true. He's right. He's right.
Like
For
a
sure.
rock.
Like her. Yeah,
See-
she glides real nice.
But what is that?
Yes, she do.
Something new.
Oh, I gotta admit, dude,
What-
that looks like a very
what was-
straight sheet of paper.
What was the intent?
The intent was completely. Well, actually, no. Truth be told, this is. I guess we can call this a form of shadow because this was what I was thinking shadow started off as, but I never did. I didn't do these extra little wings here,
Ah,
A
okay,
double-
okay,
leading
okay.
edge here.
So it's probably a shadow with some tech on it.
Possibly. The
Possibly.
first shadow.
Are you sure?
The first shadow ever got lost at work, and I never figured out how to build it again.
Yeah, he kind
But
of.
then-
Oh, so you can say that's like 2.0.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, we did that. Well, we were gonna do that with Condor and all that stuff for mine, but I just couldn't even remember how to remotely build it. I had an idea, but because I think they were built off of Thunderbolt.
I've been trying to help him out, man. I'm trying to help because I can remember it. I remember visually how it looked.
I know. Oh yeah, because Condor and Black Knight and Black Squire and all that stuff, they were huge.
Not as big as
Like, they
Dalton's
were
planes,
huge.
but yes, they were big.
No. I'm talking about for me. Like, they were built out of the desk calendar paper.
Yeah.
Except for Squire was probably built out of something a little bit, maybe like a half a sheet of that, I think is what it was. But they were big compared to what I had, because I had that huge box back then.
Right? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
the
it
box.
was-
Yeah. I remember the box. Thank God the phases were built before Javelin, so they don't have to be back freaking log now.
Oh yeah, I was gonna laugh.
God damn it.
All your
There's like
phases are now
700
the
fucking
wrong.
pages.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, but it's just like, um, and that's part of the reason why he didn't want to freaking admit that this shit might happen. You might have to go all the way
Yeah,
and fix
that's
all the
exactly
phases.
why I didn't want to admit that shit would happen. You realize how much shit I'm going to have to go through now? And every
Yeah,
plane
'cause
since then?
what he did was he wrote a congressional statement and said phases are exempt from this change.
I think I
He's like,
changed.
I'm not saying.
I think I
I'm not
changed like
changing it.
15 different things in the course of history to make sure that they would never change. And this is as close as I've gotten to screwing. You'd think I would stop digging myself these holes at this point, but no. I seem to
I mean,
love the pain. Love the pain.
you could have just started going forward.
I made myself a vow.
I
I'm not going to go forward until I finish out these letters.
You have fun with that,
Yeah, this is really going to hurt.
because that's going to take you a good year.
You know what else really sucks too when I think about this? The burst aircraft and the Valkyrie that I've got that I gave to everybody to try to help me get them to work before I put them out to pasture. If they ever get accepted, they're not coded either. They still haven't. They've rolled out in 2012, both of them, but they're not coded up to date. So if I ever did accept them, I'd have to retroact those codes as well.
Yeah, see, you just nuts.
Yeah, you'd think I'd learn from the pain, but I really don't. I don't learn shit. I just seem to enjoy this.
Apparently not.
This blows donkey balls. Oh, guess what though? Oh, check out what I just figured out. So anything I build, thanks to this retroact though, after 332, I do get to start new because 332 is now got the new code of Z. So I don't have any more letters. So there will be a new code regardless after 332. Well, that's something anyway.
There's a ray of sunshine.
There's a ray of sunshine. At least that. 332 is using Z. So if I do accept Burst or Valkyrie, then it's going to be something totally different. Let's not talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to have to deal with that shit. Screw it. Damn it, man. All this crap. All this crap. Wait. Oh, I gotta go back. Oh, so Pylum is...
All this crap. That's exactly what you say. That's all this crap.
It's really not as bad as all that, at least on paper. What really hurts is having to do it on the planes themselves. Which is why I think it'd be easier to just burn everything, I guess. Why did you say I had 100 in my pad and palace, by the way? Do you think I had that much in there? Damn it, man.
I was just messing because you had it for so long,
Yeah.
and you normally have a good probably 50 or 60 in the pad.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true. I usually do. Luckily, it's been trimmed down before the wintertime started. And winter is started, so usually that's a good time to do some burning again. But I haven't done any yet because I've been here. Okay, so this sheet is now up to date. With all the new codes. For now.
Did I just
Shut up. Oh my god. I don't want to have to recode all these planes. God damn it, man. The one good thing is every little step I take like this, thank you, Bobby Brown. Every little step makes my planes makes my core, the force, a little bit newer. Because instead of Javelin being born in 88, being born in 90 makes it that much newer, and If I put Nova out to pasture, that'll get rid of every plane born before 1990, at least.
Well, you're not going to get rid of Nova.
Yes, I am. That's coming.
You going to put it in reserve?
Oh no, she's already in the reserve. She's gonna be toast.
Oh yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting that. That's so many damn planes.
I know, right? That like,
Yeah.
see again. If I had the amount you guys had, I wouldn't have this problem. But I don't. I've got.
What you talking about? I ain't got no planes. I don't know what you're talking about. I got a bunch of bodies up there that ain't doing nothing with because I can't freaking fold now.
I think I'm gonna take one of these Aero boxes with the hanging box and just toss it on the fire
And you
light it up.
wouldn't think that you would need your wrist to fold a freaking airplane.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
and it's more the strength.
if you
It's
guys
more
are
the
watching
strength
Dalton
of my
right there,
hand.
you see he's building one right now. Yeah, you see he's using his wrist, man.
Yeah, and the other thing is that the strength in the grip strength is pretty much gone.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's
Yeah, I'm slowly getting it back, but it's nowhere near
Ugh.
where I used to be.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, see, that's the
So,
whole thing is what are you
like,
gonna do? I mean, you.
I mean, because shit, for a while it even hurt to pick up my stinking cell phone. Like I couldn't even hold my cell phone in my hand.
Oh, good God.
Like you know how you hold it like kind of like left to right and touch it with your finger.
Yeah.
Like you hold the sides of it and just kind of have your hand cupped like a C. I couldn't even do that. Thankfully, like I'm at the point where I can at least do that, and I can do a few other things. I can sign my name now. You know, because I had to relearn how to write my freaking name. I'm telling you, my whole life has changed, man. It sucks.
Damn. So you could
I
actually
mean,
be like a bank robber now or like an art forger. Oh, you could do art forgeries.
you're so stupid.
Well, I'm just thinking of ways to make better money because you ain't even yourself no more. Now that you've given
Hey,
yourself a brain
I'm making
identity,
good money.
you could
I'm
Bruce
making
Wayne.
good
You could
money.
Bruce
I
Wayne
got
your ass right
I got a
now.
promotion.
You could
I
Bruce
got a
Wayne.
promotion in September.
Well, not Bruce Wayne. Maybe Spider Man. No, wait.
Did I was gonna say, did I tell you I got a promotion in September?
Oh no, yeah, you did. You mentioned it.
Yeah, because I'm a supervisor now, and they're talking about promoting me again already.
Iron Man. No, you go with Iron Man
I'm
because
like,
you need a
fuck.
suit. You need a suit.
I
There
do
you
need a
go.
suit. I do need a suit. It's
You're like War Machine.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he is. He cut shit off, replace it with. Yeah, exactly. He can't walk again, but now he can. So there you go.
Yeah. It sucks.
Seems like a good idea.
But I ain't got much longer because I'm about to pass the fuck out. Because my meds are like,
Killing you.
what? Yeah, man. I'm on cloud 30.
Well, at least,
Nine
dude.
Cloud 9.
Cloud9.
No,
You
I'm
yelling
good.
Cloud9.
No, because I have to take so many.
Yeah.
Because one don't do it no more. One 3 months ago, yeah, it was working. Now I'm taking like 2 or 3 at a time. It's like, and I'm taking them every like 3 hours, 3-4 hours.
Damn, I would just sleep.
Dude, I know I'm pretty stinking close. Like I take one in the morning so I can at least function while I'm at work, and then at like 2-3 o'clock when I'm close to the end of my day, I'll take 2, so they'll kick in right towards the end of my day, and I'm not hurting as much in the evening, and then I'll take 2 or 3 before I go to bed, so I can just like pass out.
I might have
But
to
when I wake up, I feel like a zombie when I wake up, man. I feel horrible because when you sleep on pain meds like that, like you can't. Waking up sucks. Like I mean, it's miserable. Like I wake up and I feel like I'm just like you still want to be asleep
Well,
because your body's just that
you
out of
kinda
it.
do want to be asleep. I wouldn't even.
Yeah,
mind
your
not
body.
being. I know
Yeah.
me. I would just
Well,
be like,
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
sleeping.
but
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
they pay me $100K a year, man. I can't be. You know. I mean, I could, but no.
Yeah, you could.
I could, but I like that $100K a year. It takes care of me. I'm
Well,
not
just
complaining.
just cut it down to $80K a year and just take the sleep.
They're not gonna do that. It's either 100K or no K. They'll fire me. It ain't that simple. I wish it was. Because even if I took a change to a different position and took a lower grade and less pay, I'd still have to get up early. Like the only thing that changes for me is I don't have to deal with babysitting fucking employees.
Oh, I almost thought you were literally going to say babysitting. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
No, I'm a supervisor now, and freaking, as much as I wanted it, like, dude, this shit sucks.
Yep.
It's not even because, like, you got grown ass adults that can't even get along and they work from home over some dumb shit.
Well, that's almost always the way it is, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course everybody's got fucking personal problems and all that shit, and they want to complain and do all this shit. I'm about to write one of my fucking employees up though. That bitch want to say that she was on leave and she put it in the system. I ain't seen nothing, and she didn't even put it on the damn leave calendar. So I'm like, and you didn't call me for 2 days after? No, fuck that. I don't think no. You didn't call him? No. Because I was asking, and
right.
You knew I was asking where the hell you were, and you didn't say anything. And I can't see it in the system showing that you actually requested the time off. So I'm having them double check to make sure that I have the right access before I write her up. But if they say, oh yeah, no, you can see her, and I just don't see anything in there, I'm writing her ass up. I'm like, no, I'm done with that shit. You're not gonna sit there and lie to me and then turn around and take 2 days off of work without calling in or putting in your time off. No, fuck that. I don't play this game. And no, fuck you. It pisses me off that people think that they can do that. And then just, I don't care if they take time off. Just put the damn time in the system and tell me that you want to take some time off. I don't care. I'll let you take it off. But you not telling, like, she asked for it, never put it in, and then didn't call me and tell me that she was even freaking gonna be gone.
Kids, don't do this shit, man. Don't do this shit.
Well, I'm telling you. So if you don't put it in the system, and I think you're supposed to be here, and I'm trying to find out where you were, and yet you're telling your coworkers not to give me your number, I got a fucking problem with that. So I finally got it. I finally looked it up and got it, and I said, you requested this leave. I don't see it in the system. You need to tell me where the hell you're at. Oh, I've been gone. Okay, well, did you put it in? Yeah, I put it in. Oh, well, I don't see it. I'll verify, but I don't see it.
And now you know, again, this is what it's like, the life of a supervisor, and this is why most people don't want to do it. Why would you want to put yourself through shit like that?
I expect adults to be adults and actually not try to, cheat the fucking system. I guess I'm just too honest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell no. Yeah, there's too few of us like that, right, D?
That's right.
And we dealt with that on the outside looking in, and we're like, yeah, there's too few of us like that, man.
I know.
Just the other day, I tried to I was told to go get a hearing test from my safety manager, and the manager knew. I go and take it that day and come back in. He's like, "Well, you missed the 2:30 meeting. Where the hell were you?" The fuck you mean? Like I went to the test like you fucking told me to go. I was like, wow.
Just a bag of shit, man. Yeah.
Well, I can't stand it. I'm just like, fuck it. People. I need to win the lottery.
People, man. Like you said, people.
I need to win the lottery so I can just fucking say, fuck this job. Fuck this job.
That's right.
Like, fuck.
Well,
but,
dude, at least you came back on, though, dude. Hey, come on. At least you came back on. It's good you came back on.
I told you, like, I'm still hit and miss. Like, I don't know if, like, how I'm going to feel one day to the next.
Right.
So, I just...
Well, you tell me the next time, and we'll do what you said. We could just, like, hook up a show to record or something, dude. Come on, we could do that, right?
We can, yeah, we could probably do that.
Right. See, because like Dalton, like I said, like what I did to Dalton over the weekend, that was just me fucking up. We could have just done that shit too, but at least this one's coming out there live, so you know.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta jump out of here because I gotta go throw more wood in the burner real quick and try not to kill myself, and then I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Okay, Jude. All right.
So
Yes, sir.
I'll catch you.
Well, thanks for popping in, bro.
Hey, no worries. I appreciate it, guys.
Yep.
Good, man. Take care.
Yep. Later.
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 Man, he's got more medical problems, bro. I swear to God.
It's crazy, man.
I know. Just like one after the other. He's like, and dude, that's a funny. Like almost as long as that definitely means as long as I've known him. You know, like practically, it's like he's always had an issue of sorts. You know.
Oh, that's crazy. So my little aches and pains mean fucking nothing.
Right? I know. Yeah. Like it all started with that damn car accident, and it just kind of spiraled out of control for him. Oh, you're kind of impressed with this little thing. You're just popping tech on here left and right, ain't you?
Sure. Well, she didn't fly without the tail. She go side to side.
Whatever you do, don't go too. Whatever you do, don't go too much with it, though. If you just got if you've got the two out there, don't put another tail on it. Because I have found that, like, if you got those two, especially the one that you just put on there. Well, I mean, okay, it might help because you got a lot of wing. Never mind. I shouldn't say that. You got a lot of wing. But usually, if you've got the two on the wings like that, you don't need the center tail. You don't.
Okay.
That'll probably work pretty good because you got a lot of wing. But
Yeah, I think, but I probably just take that one to the center tail out.
yeah,
Do that. Well, it's nice because these are the trifold papers, so it's three fold, so it's got a perforated line right there. So like it's like perfect symmetry.
nice. We like symmetry around here.
Oh yeah, we try to.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. Let's think of a name. Do we really want to call this Shadow? Should we call it something else?
It looks a lot like the Shadow did. I mean, only you would know. Pow! What's going on, Robin? Oh my God, we got the other visitor here. Robin's back in the game. What is up, dude? You could call it Shadow, I think. I mean, serious. It looks just like what? Well, I mean, okay, not just, but it looks close enough that I would think that, like, yeah, that would probably be.
Yeah, and it flies fucking great. But again, inside.
Well, that might be all that matters, man. That might be all that matters.
Yeah. I just always like that. Watching that Top Gun movie recently.
Yeah.
Watching him go in the Tomcat and doing the what was that called? With the wings.
The sweeping the wings.
Yeah, sweeping wings.
Yeah.
It's just always been a thing that I liked about that plane specifically, and then just in general, that you can have one type of leading edge, but then you can bring the wings out or in and make it.
I could not believe that they were so desperate to put an F-14 back in a Top Gun movie that they had to say, like, of all planes the enemy's going to have, they've got fifth generation. They wouldn't even name it. They just call it, quote unquote, fifth generation. Yeah, it's good that you did, Robert. It's good that you did. Thanks for showing up, man. But, like, they were so desperate to do it that, like, of all planes, any plane that they could have had sitting there, and chances are it probably would have been like a MiG-29 or a MiG-23 or something like that. No, it had to be an F-14, of course. Y'all are so desperate to get an F-14 back in the game. Like, come on, man, really? So obviously CGI'd and then borrowed from the previous movie because it's like, dude, go find a flying F-14 that doesn't belong to the Iranians right now. Although the Iranians would probably are so hard up for cash, they'd probably go like, yeah, sure, you can film this, just to get it,
Right. I'll pay you a couple $100 million for it.
Right? No shit. Yeah, they're like, yeah, dude, screw it. Robert, you just popped in. You just missed NASA's. This is like oh my God, like an almost all member show. This is really freaking cool.
Yeah, right.
Carrie started out the night with me, staying out there, and now we got NASA's finally got back on board. You're out here, man. If OAE shows up, oh my God.
The whole crew.
Right? I'm sitting there building all of my classic birds for the first time in God knows how long. I don't know if you've been following me along, but this right here is a HAEZ / Condor that I'm building. So again, another plane that I haven't built. Well, this one I built more recently. I shouldn't say that. This one got built more recently. The only thing I haven't built is a Javelin. It's kind of fun putting, if you, I don't know, Dalton, do you date code in yours?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're putting 0123 on there? That's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. But like my date code, I've got to put 4 digits, so it's like F123. F0123 is like going on each one of these, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do whatever the month is. I think that's what you initially taught me how to do.
Yeah.
So I do it's FE0223.
Wait, is it the second? Oh no, wait. Okay, oh, you're freaking me out, bro.
Oh wait, no, I am screwing this up. Okay.
See, as I mean, it's the first. So
It is the first. Oh, I'll have to change that up.
which plane looks like the A12? Yeah, just briefly. I mean, he mentioned it. He's just trying to get everything out because, like, it's been that long since we've seen him. He wasn't trying to take over, but again, it's been a long time since he's been on the show. I mean, it's been a long time since I actually just talked to him beyond that. So he's had so many medical maladies, man. As I said, it was just good to get him back out here. Hopefully, it won't be so bad to get him out. It might not be a live show, but like we mentioned at the end, there, it's like, dude, we could just pop in, we'll get something recorded so we can launch it. We ain't got to be live. I got Dalton there we can go live with, so.
Yeah, man.
But hopefully he'll get something together and strung along so we can do that. I mean, one of the things we talked about beforehand and y'all have been involved in is like, dude, we don't need to have a 3-hour show. We could just have 3 30-minute shows or something like that. It would probably be more interesting. And like you like to point out with the shorts, people whose attention can't be held that long anyway, but sometimes we get into it. So, I mean, something like this, I'll edit this. And then I'll probably put like the highlights in the comments. You could just fast forward to like, oh look, he's building this. He's building this. So.
Right. Yeah, nowadays youth, man.
Right.
We were done 10 minutes into this show.
Fuck yeah, 10 minutes. Hell, we've done like 2 minutes into this damn show. The show hadn't even started. The intro was still up.
That's true. We waited too long.
Right. We lost him. We lost him to insanity. Yeah, so, man, all this crap that I gotta do. I can't believe I gotta do all this crap. I can't believe I voluntarily did this to myself. And now I'm building planes that I won't even, like, are retired for me. But that's what I mean. Like, guys, again, like, I don't know if y'all been watching the show, but Dalton's building his brand new bird for us. Built, like, 3 examples. And then, like, that was 3, right?
2.
2? Just the 2?
2.
Oh, okay.
Just 2.
Okay. And I'm sitting there building, like, classics from my lineup that I didn't even know were classics, but now are. So now I've got, like, 2 HIJACs and a HAEZ. And again, these planes are, by my intents, retired. Even if they were Javelins, which they were up until, like, 3 days ago. Even if they were Javelins, these were retired variants that I never built, so.
Yeah. Just magically changed.
It just magically changed, yeah.
And again, and like you were saying before, the inventory went from 200 to like 180 now. Just
Yeah.
like a snap. Like you just Thanos third of your.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah, I just snapped and put quite a few of my birds into non-existence, just like that. Yeah, it was like, okay,
Like they're gone.
they're gone. Yeah. It was. He's right. When you said it too, though. But it's like, yeah, I kind of just didn't want to. I kind of just didn't want to have to go through all this. But if you stay on board for the news that I'm going to drop, yeah, you'll figure out why it won't be as hard as it actually sounds out to be for me. It's going to be, it won't be so bad. It won't be so bad. Stay tuned, people. So, hey, speaking of which, though, did you find out, you mentioned this, did you find out if your shorts, that short that you said worked, is it up there then, or?
No, I have to check. I don't know.
Under your
Yeah.
channel, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure it was posted on my channel. Yes, and actually I have 23 views on it.
Nice. Still a small amount, but at least you got something.
Yeah.
That's good. What the hell is that? Okay. We're gonna end up having to, put that in there. Okay. Whoa. All right. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. All right. Sweet. Sweet.
You see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad at
Yeah.
all, bro.
So that was one of the SNAs I built at work. I don't know. I don't think that's the one I built. I think that's the green one right here.
It looks like it.
I think it's this one right here.
Yeah, it looks like it. You built that at work too? Oh.
Yeah. Is that August? What's the date code on that short?
Jesus. You didn't put any music on it, did you?
Oh, I did.
Ah,
September.
is it September? Oh yeah. You're right. Yep.
September 1st. Okay, so no, this isn't. Oh, this is NO12. Okay, so actually, it's probably one that's. Where is 12? 12 somewhere.
It's big and it's blue looking. Oh, it might just be in the
Yeah.
video.
I have 11, so where's 12? Maybe it's still at work. Probably like you with Annexter when we had like just a whole lot of full planes.
I just have a whole bunch sitting on there. Yeah.
Your shipping desk was just a mass of planes.
Yeah, that's actually kind of what my desk looks like here now. I don't even mean this one. I mean others.
I was gonna say, as you were saying before, every crevice of your office there is just.
You can't
planes.
open up my closet, look on my shelves, or open up drawers without finding a plane or 8 in everything. Yeah. I wish I was as organized as I was when I even showed you guys that video back in the day of like my factory here, and I was thinking like, yeah, it's a pretty good video, but no, I'm not even that organized. I'm all over the fucking place.
Right.
Ah. Hells yeah.
What should we call this Shadow 2? Like 2.0 or something, or V2?
I was thinking that, like, yeah, if you're not sure, but it is close, I would definitely say something like that. I would go, yeah, Shadow 2 or Shadow,
Well, now there's a couple of my planes. As you know, Exile is actually Exile T1, the actual real name of it.
yeah.
And like I have Sector 1, Sector 2, but those are as Roman numerals. So how? I mean, I know it's something how I want to do it, but I don't know if I should just stick with the Roman numerals, just kind of keep everything together.
Well, it also depends, like, you're dealing with, variant, and these it does make a difference, even though you hear the word a lot, but variant versus subvariant. Like, I mean, I'll use phase 1 again because it's the easiest one for everybody to remember. But, phase 1 versus phase 2, that's a different variant. But then the subvariants are, phase 2A, B, C. They have different little things on them that make them whatever they are, right? So,
Right.
But the major change is what caused the Roman numeral. Little changes or little add-ons, like tech add-ons, definitely. But if it's just a little thing, that's what causes, like, the little letters. So, since this is... Yeah, I would say this is definitely something that warrants a bigger change. It's just, what do you want to call it? Like Shadow B, Shadow, like 2, Shadow... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not a subvariant kind of thing. It depends on how you're not labeling them all consistently through every plane you have, right?
No, it's not like I have a Sabretooth 1 or anything like that. No, it's
Right.
just it's whatever one that is like, because how Exile was supposed to be a model of model after phase, where it's like, okay, this is the first version, then I'm gonna have a second version later and a third version or whatever.
Yeah.
The only point I have that with now is Sector. Actually, Sector 1 was just, whatever. It was just, a BS one. But then I made Sector 2, which is this little yellow one right here, little fling right here.
Hell yeah.
And it was a completely, as you just said, completely different change. So that's why I went from Sector 1 to Sector 2. And if I ever do find something, a third way to make a third variant of that with a third complete different change, then I would go Sector 3. So I think I'm just going to do the same with Shadow. It'll just be Shadow 1 and Shadow 2.
Okay. Hey, it sounds like a plan, dude. Sounds like a plan. I'd probably do that myself. I mean, I can't think of another way to get it out there, so yeah, why not?
Yeah. You wouldn't happen to remember when the hell I made that Shadow, right?
Dude, yes. Hold on. It's right in, like, I'm just got to filter it in the sheet because I got the sheet right in front of me.
Right.
I just did all that adjusting for, the aircraft that I had.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I'm just changing the filter to yours. Why is it taking... Oh, because I picked the wrong thing. Stupid. Shadow was June 18th of 2019.
Okay.
And it was a SH code.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, yeah, because that's June. Sorry, what was it? June what?
June 18th of 2019.
And sure, first one was that page.
Oh yeah, because you consider because you got Sector 1 and Sector 2, slightly different codes. However, oh yeah, because you built them both the same day, huh? Sector 1's experimental. Ah.
Right, yeah, because Sector 1 was always experimental. It never really came of anything, but I used that as a base onto going on to Sector 2.
Gotcha.
Because Sector 1 never had these little triangle, square, fucking back ends here on the wings.
Right.
It was just more like a square body, kind of like, SNA where it was just square like this. But then I was like, well, let's try to do something different. And then that's what happened. A couple different folds created that monstrosity there. Then that's how Sector 2 came about. God, 2012. That's crazy. So a lot of my birds are 11 years old this year.
Hell yeah, dude.
That is crazy.
Well, dude, it was a decade last year. 10 years is a big... I mean, that's kind of like, the big number. Yeah. So now it's like, you're creeping on into classic territory. Finally, some that actually have some, some establishment. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right.
And last time we did the show, we talked about it. So you have, like, most of your rolls are, like, knocked down. You're pretty good.
Yeah, and actually, I know you have, like, the main sheet of it, but I need to have, like, I need to create my own sheet or whatever on here so that I know what rolls I have. Like I have here listed with all of it on my breakdown, but like I want all the rolls here and then the planes that associate from those. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, you only you don't have a light airlift and you don't have a Hatro trainer, but everything else you pretty much got. I mean, Shadow. So. I'm assuming Shadow 2 is just going to take the place of Shadow. So yeah, you're really pretty much covered. Although, like I said, your role changing, that might alter like a couple of things that would be altered a little bit there. But
yeah. Well, I still want to get Panther in there and Predator and stuff like that. Some other ones that I retired. I retired the names more so than anything.
Yeah.
So. Did I have Shadow as something or no?
Yeah, Shadow was your Litro trainer.
Oh, Litro. Well, I have Dominator. It's not like Litro trainer.
Dominator was your lead-in large trainer, which basically is kind of the same thing. It's just that happens to be Dominator was huge. So I think I talked you into that because it was bigger. That was the only reason why it was bigger than Shadow was.
Well,
And Shadow's kind of the same side now. Well, like you
now,
said,
yeah.
it could be either way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, as you change it, let us know, or like you change it, then show me, and then we'll alter it here. So, or
But
you're altering it, so like you just let me know so I can alter it on my sheet, or alter it on the sheet at the website. Either way, so
yeah.
that's why I make it available to everybody, so you could do it on the fly.
Well, is it on? It's in G Drive, right?
Yes. Although the one I'm reading is the one on my master drive, actually. So.
Yeah.
The one on the G drive may look a little different. I don't think it does because I think I uploaded everything to make sure it's new. However, it may look a little different. I don't know. I don't think so. I think the last time I did it, it should look exactly the way I have it downloaded.
All right. So what is Dominator then?
The lead-in large trainer.
Lead in?
Yeah. Basically, a large trainer. Yes. It's like it could. The lead-in is like it's basically just another way for us to get another plane because it could be. The lead-in indicates it could be your active duty plane, like your main plane that does like whatever it is. If it's large, and say you're like light, like the light cargo plane or the medium cargo plane, because it would be the same size. It's just you're not sure of it, so you don't want to. I mean, for whatever reason, it's another way to throw it. Like I use the Zephyr. The Zephyr is one of my wind cutters, and like I recently did away with the petrol and the Cutlass because I was like, okay, they're getting too old. I don't want to use them. I put Supernova in their place. Supernova is newer. Nova's not. Supernova is. Anyway, but I don't want to lose the design yet, so I slotted Zephyr into there. So it's like it's on its way out, but it's not out yet. Or the other way, the flip side of that is like I'm developing it, but I haven't really decided that I want to put it mainstream yet. So the trainers are a great place for something like that. So is the reserves, but either way you do it, that's what I use my trainers for. It's like a plane on its way out or a plane on its way up, and I haven't really decided to swap it out with something yet.
Yeah. All right.
But again, that's also what you can use reserves for. Especially because we have those new evaluation battalions, that is what I call them now. I put those in. Those are where the experimental planes go. Like you haven't, like 332's in there right now. As soon as I accept it in the front line, it'll replace something and it'll be out of the reserves in the evaluation role. So, but I figured that was a perfect place for it. It's like they're beyond experimental, but they're not frontline combat quite yet. So
yeah,
that's perfect for them. And I mean, if you want, that's where Shadow can go. You might not exactly know, but you're working on it. So it can go into evaluation reserve squadron, and you got it. Well, it's not a squadron, it's a battalion, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to figure that shit out. A long time to figure that shit out. Dude, you got... Oh, yeah, you do. Okay, they're there. Yeah, so you have a reserve somewhere because you gave a reserve somewhere. You have a reserve. Right now it's a rescue because the whole thing to have, like, if nobody has any idea what they want to put in the reserves, everybody automatically, like, as long as you've got a basic and active reserves, you've automatically got a rescue regiment. So, because everybody can have a rescue regiment. That's just, like, one of your old planes, like a frontline plane, it's old, it's probably been damaged or something, but you're not really to put out in a pasture. It's probably in the pad, but it's not dead yet. That's what they do. They're like, you take them outside so you can find another plane.
Okay.
But everybody can have a rescue. So the rescue's allocated to the reserves, and that way you could expand upon it. And you do have one in West Dallas. So you're covered. You could just change that up.
Yeah, 'cause right now, I have Jackhammer, Panther, Predator, Hellfire, Jetfire, and Sector 1 are all in there. Or no, not Sector. Jackhammer, Panther, Predator, Hellfire, Jetfire. So five names are in there.
Ah, yes. Okay, I know. Okay.
Only one's ever been made of any one of those, because they're all just kind of like I was just, at that time, I was just trying to throw out planes, just trying to see what I could get.
Right.
So there's still potential that it can come back. That's why they're not like totally just gone.
It's always good to hear that. It's nice to know that nobody's really deposited anything like that. So, or like taking anything out. That's cool.
Right.
That's cool. Oh, what the hell am I talking about here? Wait, there they are. It's battalions and then regiments. Okay. So, their evaluation regiments and then their evaluation battalions. And why does that say F? Oh my god. Every now and then I go back through here and then find another error and then find another error, and why the hell is it like that? I don't understand. Stop! Alright. Thank God it doesn't change anything majorly. Oh man, I gotta do that news show. I think the only reason I have held off doing that news show is because I've got the news show ready for the IVPAC channel, but I haven't got it ready for my channel. And I really kinda want to launch it on my channel. But
Yeah.
it is IVPAC news. But I don't want to keep centering it on myself. It's got to be IVPAC wide, you know. So, like a new base opening up or closing, or I mean, obviously aircraft rollouts or something like that is cool. But don't worry, guys. It's going to be big news. It's going to be big news. It could be even bigger news than that if I really start cracking into stuff that I'm thinking about. But I'm not going to do all that yet. Oh, I got. There's been some pipe dreams lately. Oh, Jesus, there's been some pipe dreams lately. I don't want to do all the things I have planned. I just want to fucking fly. Instead of spending all my time coding or writing the number codes. I love writing the fin codes. The number codes is just ridiculous. Ugh, Jesus, it looks ugly, but it is cool that the 332 has SPZ on it. That's kind of neat. Hey, man. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right. So, hey, did we have this covered? Did we talk about what we want to talk about? Are we cool? We got... My God, we're like an hour and a half. We're almost 2 hours into this. This is going to be a good hell of a show right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty much good. I mean, got well, I built Shadow, so there's big news right there.
Hell yeah.
And then possible rollouts changes up with a couple of my planes.
Hell
And
yeah,
then you
dude.
with the- How'd that get fucked up there?
Well, I think,
I'm on my end. Yeah, I think we're good.
all right. Well, sweet. People, we got the show. We had arrivals. Robert, it was great for you to show up. NASA's great. I mean, like, awesome to have NASA's on board again for a change. Again, hopefully the stuff changed soon. It was, well, dude, since mostly all of us have not been on anything lately, it was really cool that everybody peeped their head in today, almost, to say hey and talk and get some stuff out there. And not only that, but a couple of us got a build, found a plane, found a couple planes, defound a couple planes. I mean, dude, this was an adventure.
Hell yeah.
But we got it out there. So, guys, I want to say thank you for coming out. Hope this was exciting. Hope everybody stayed in for at least 20 minutes of it somewhere down the line.
Like you said, you'll edit it out. So,
but I'll edit out what other the crap. Yeah, any of the crap that don't need to be in there anymore. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, because you don't need any of that crap. In the meantime, though, yeah, it was nice having y'all. Yeah, y'all just keep folding, keep flying, do that same crap that you always do, and you know how we do. I'm kind of gibbering, but you know what I mean. Just like seriously, it's like we're gonna be all right. So fly your planes, build your planes, and good to have y'all out there.